My brother too. Actually, Hakka Jr. is a 7-month-old baby. He was born and motherfucker was literally in a capsule his first days of his life. He was also born with a spontaneous pneumothorax. So when he was born, his lungs fucking exploded. And I was just like, shit, bro, what the f? Just return him back to the factory. I'm kidding. No. I'm very happy though. Like, you know, like people, I'm gonna be honest with you. When he was born, when Hakka Jr. That's why I have like, I don't choose favorites though. But that's why I have like such an attachment with like Hakka Jr. Because Hakka bro was literally the healthiest motherfucking baby. Hakka bro was such a big fat baby, like this size. I'm not even kidding. But Hakka Jr. was a 7-month-old baby, and against all predictions and against all health diagnosis, he lived. You know, they were basically saying like, oh yeah, he's most likely gonna die very young because like, you know, the way he is and all that. And like, you know, I remember when I was young, I prayed with my mom for him to like, you know, like just be okay. And you know, sometimes I don't know, it's what you really manifest out there, you know what I mean? Like whatever is up there, whatever you believe in, like whatever you want to put your faith in, it's about manifesting like good things, you know, and just like believing, right? And you know, like that's why I have a huge attachment for him, because like he was supposed to, I mean, he's turning 21 years old this Saturday in human years, and to me that's fucking crazy, you know? Like I never expected him to like make it. I'll be real honest with you, because like the doctors were like very straightforward. When Hakka Jr. was born, the doctor told my mom, pray in the god or the saint that you believe in, whatever the you put your faith in, or start arranging the funerals for this baby. And that shit was heartbreak, because like that wasn't only when he was born, it was also when he was like 5 years old, when he was 3 years old. And aside from that, like Hakka Jr., when he was a baby, when he was 8 years old, he actually had a brain hematoma. He fell down and he had a brain hematoma, which he basically had like a brain puddle in the middle of his brain because of the impact. And randomly, it just disappeared. It just dissipated. And he's completely fine. Like, you know, like he doesn't show any like sequels of that shit. Like he doesn't show anything like, you know, that would show that he had that problem, because like we were literally playing at like the kiddie parks and like restaurants, which is why I actually stopped playing on them, because I'm like traumatized. I used to play with him a lot on those, you know, when he was like younger, and he fell down. He was like, oh look, I'm a monkey, and then bah, he just literally like was hanging upside down. He was hanging upside down like this, and then he was like straight up into the fucking like, it wasn't even in the ground, it was like in the freaking like a cushion those like things have, right? And then we were just like, oh my fucking god, like, are you okay? And he was just like, yeah, I'm just fine. And my dad, back then my parents were still together, right? And my dad was just like, oh, you want to go bowling so you want to distract yourself, because he loves bowling. And he was just like, yeah, sure. And while we were basically like, you know, walking towards the mall where the bowling alley was, he threw up. And when you hit your head and you throw up, that's bad. You know that. If any of you guys are like Dr. Ketos or like, you know about medicine ketos, when you hit your head and you throw up, that's bad. So immediate rush to the hospital, literally had to do like MRIs for him, for his head. And he had a brain hematoma, like straight up. Like he had like a crack on the skull and blood came out. It puddled. And then out of nowhere, like, you know, after being in the hospital for a whole last week, spending his birthday at the hospital, which is what pains me the most, because like when he turned 10, no, how old was he? He turned 9. He was at the hospital. And my aunt brought him a Dragon Ball Z fucking soccer ball. And you know how my mom is with like, you know, with that shit, right? And he couldn't even play with his little like Dragon Ball Z like fucking soccer ball. He was really sad because like, oh, I just want to play soccer, you know, and stuff like that. And I remember like, you know, my mom would also like be there praying, be there like, you know, just like honestly hoping her little baby was okay. And out of fucking nowhere, you know, like a fucking miracle, like that hematoma was gone. The brain puddle just literally like sucked back inside, you know. And that shit was fucking insane, because even the doctors couldn't believe that. Like the doctors were just like, how the fuck did this happen, you know? And look at him now. He loves riding his motorcycle. He's the best driver of the whole fucking family. He's super into mechanics, and it's gonna be his birthday on Saturday, so that makes me really happy, you know? Like, it's shocking to me that he made it this far with, you know, all the things that people used to say about him when he was younger, with all the complications and all the things that he's experienced, you know? Yes, with a helmet, of course. Yeah, it's crazy. Right, yeah, concussions are silent killers too. Yeah, when you hit your head, you literally can go to sleep too. But yeah, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. But he's just fine now. He's just fine. This guy's a fucking trooper. Like, literally. He's like so independent. He's a bad boy. My mom always has arguments with him because you guys say, "Oh my god, you're just like your mom." No. Though all of us, the one that is the most like my mom, personality-wise, attitude-wise, is Hakka Jr. My mom cannot stand him at times. Because it's looking at a fucking mirror, and my mom is just like, this motherfucker, man. And I'm just like, who does he remind you of? And my mom's like, shut the fuck up. It's funny. It's fucking funny though, because I honestly get it from both sides. I get it from my dad and from my mom. I feel like I'm a really good like combination of like both their personalities and both like their cores. Hakka bro's more like my dad actually, but Hakka Jr is straight up a carbon copy of my mom if she was a guy. So it's actually really funny to see like those, like my mom really has like these arguments with him, and she's just like, you motherfucker. And I'm just like, Mom, he's just like you. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you guys are literally like a droplet of water. So it's really silly. I'm very, very happy that, you know, against all predictions, against all diagnosis that the doctor gave him for his multiple conditions or his multiple like issues throughout his life, like, you know, he's here with us. He's still here with us, you know. And he's turning 21 now, and it's just insane to me because, like, damn, you know, it's a big boy now. He's no longer a baby.